That was actually pretty interesting. At least game one was interesting, but it's
Okay.
nice to see both sides of the coin.
Oh, because you're used to being on the control side.
Yeah.
So this hand is interesting. I'm on the play, so I'm considering it. Even though I don't have a turn one play, I do
Right.
have three things I can do. I should probably pitch it back thanks to our guaranteed mulligan system, though.
Yeah. That does make things feel a little bit better. So three lands going to be just optimal here, I think.
Okay. Don't have any interaction, but maybe that won't matter. Sometimes it doesn't.
Sometimes it doesn't, but you're curving out really nicely, I think. So we'll see if your opponent can stop you. The card's pretty good
So
against
one
you.
of three decks. It's like Callous Control or Scrap Tank Control or just the Madness Take Your Dude deck.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop this on blue just so that I can have a fully upgraded champion if I need it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Do you have any triple reds in your deck, or
Now the mana base requirements is double blue literally for champion. Everything else is double red or less.
makes sense to me? That's just good deck building.
Well, a lot of people are really greedy.
Oh, I know.
They
I'm
like
one of
getting
those.
more.
So
Um,
this tutu might be a problem, but I think that you
I'm
can
probably
get
just
by.
gonna jam the brigand because it's fast.
Yeah.
Brigand, excuse me. But I'm not a huge fan of it right now because it's pretty naked and it's not getting in.
Yeah.
But at least I can get rid of blockers next turn if he doesn't answer it.
Right, and this does put a little bit of pressure on him.
Worst case
Get
scenario is
some things
probably
going.
assembly line. Yeah,
Oh, there it is. You called it.
block slide off the top.
A rock
No.
slide would be fantastic. Um,
So I'm just gonna smash and then make my bullets based on his blocks.
yeah. So if he goes to double block, you can take one out. So the question is,
Alright.
do you torch that 2-2 and keep your
I
band
do.
alive?
Most of these decks actually win by chip shotting you, so having the 2/2 up is pretty valuable just for the blocks.
Right.
Not that I want to block with him, but I will. Need be come.
Not afraid to block if you need to.
Also,
So
this bolt
Thaddeus.
isn't doing much this game.
Ooh, yeah, that card is rough.
I'm gonna smash with both. There's a
Okay.
reason to hold back Brigand, but like I don't want him to like think I have nothing going on.
Right.
Because if I just swing with the Vadius, he's likely to take it, but I might never kill the Stature Maiden. I might lose to it because of so. And
So,
let's see.
why didn't you serve him with the outlaw also? Because if you torch, the quick draw would kill the cudgel, right?
Straight up misclick.
Ah, okay, that makes sense. I've done that so much. I play a lot on my phone, and that happens all the time. So now he's got a pretty big guy here.
I don't see any reason why to hold back. Because now the war cries are going to start adding up where they matter more than the actual 2/2 itself.
Right. So even if he
Because
takes
the next
his
thing
free
I play
block,
is going to actually be. Yeah. He didn't. Probably smart. Because he's going to be a lot better at attrition than I am. Most
Yeah.
decks are, but, you know, tokens in general. But I'm left with a couple first strikers here. That feels pretty good.
yeah, I agree. I don't feel like you're in hard position despite your opponent having 4 cards in hand. Your opponent is at 11. It's not irrelevant here. Oh, Scrap Tank's
So it's
pretty
Scrap
good against you.
Control. Scrap Tank Control is a lot better at beating up on mid-range than it is me, but he did have the turn 3 assembly line.
Yep. The assembly
I see
line
the-
feels like a pretty rough card for you to overcome.
He chose not to kill it. I accept. Because now he'll be torn between attacking or leaving it behind. If he leaves it behind, that gives me time to draw out.
Yeah. Looks like you might be setting up some removal here off that Vlar's favor. Second Scrap Tank.
It's pretty
That makes
bad.
it a little bit easier for him if he wants. Oh, that's a good card. Not good enough against a 5/5, I think, though.
Just jam and pass.
Yeah.
So he's probably going to out-attrition me this game. I need Permafrost really bad. I don't think I've played one in any of these games.
Oh, yeah. I completely forgot that that was even in the deck list.
It's the reason to run the Blue Splash.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Uh,
So you do have some pretty big guys coming, but
yeah, he's not getting back on me yet.
Right.
Honestly.
Ooh, that was tough. Interesting. That is interesting.
If I put on the Vadius, I can guarantee getting rid of blockers. I'll probably lose the Vadius.
Yeah. I mean, if he wants to throw a bunch of guys on it, it's probably worth it, right?
Well, the part of the issue is that if he could just go for blocking all of the tokens, then the scrap tanks are gigantic.
Yeah.
It does lead to Permafrost actually doing its job, but I don't know if I can afford it.
Yeah, that's a pretty interesting situation here.
Basically, I'm torn between putting it on Vadius or Recano Outlaw to widen my threats, so if a kill spell comes down, it doesn't matter as much.
Yeah. I mean, Vadius eventually will get a Steel Fang Chakra.
If he lives.
If he lives.
I think it's not going to get better anywhere else. I'm putting it on Vadius.
Yeah.
As for serving, I still don't think I could serve.
Yeah, it seems a little bit sketchy. He should be coming in, I think. He needs to be coming across with tokens or something.
I think he could swing with the 5/5 and just trade it out. That would be good value because it makes up a scrap tank that relevant. But he's not, so we can't see his hand either.
Yeah, we don't really know what's going on there, and he could have, he could just be waiting to draw some cards to... Because he is at 13, it's not irrelevant. If you get him for any kind of damage, you might be able to get there off of running torches or something like that.
It's 100% possible he's waiting for a scrap tank to die naturally in combat, like make me to do it, so he can cast a Vara and bring it back.
Oh, that makes sense, actually.
But I think this game is probably lost. He got pretty hard in the way.
Yeah. Yeah, so it seems like the assembly line is going to be a tough card for you to overcome, generally speaking. Is that true?
Usually, I didn't draw a Rocks line. That's one of the reasons we run it.
Right.
But since he's not pressuring me, I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
I'm no longer beat down, which is a horrible issue. But
okay, well, you get a Steel Fang Chakra. Is it worth coming in now, or?
Yeah, because the Chakram can start making my board better if he bothers going full tilt, making my guy useless.
Right.
And if he reduces his threat density down to the 2 dudes, I will kill him. He's at 13. All right.
So start chipping away at his board. Although these guys are getting real big real fast, so gonna hope for some permafrost off the top.
The only life total that matters is the last one, so I've got 24 life to play with here.
Yep.
That'll go right on a different first striker. We're gonna take the first one.
Coming in for 9, eat it to the face. Going down to 16.
Still not a permafrost.
Yeah.
If I throw this Chakram on my Brigand, if he doesn't have a straight kill spell on him, but I don't think I can beat a spell anymore, so I'm going to play around it. If he treats that as board, he will have 2 big scrap tanks. I can chump for a couple turns.
You can put it on your Overwhelm guy? Does that work here?
It does, but it's not actually producing any value. Like, I know he'll kill this Brigand if I swing with it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do that, and I actually hope he makes his scrap tanks gigantic. If he's clever, he'll probably just chump it.
So you want his scrap tanks to get bigger because you're feeling your only out now is...
It's because Permafrost is currently my best out.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense to me.
I'm going to hold the land in hand because it just doesn't matter to play it.
Right.
Alright, we'll throw a guy in front of it this time.
I think we're ready. Ready to jump block.
Good habits die hard.
Yeah.
Just in case I draw my Dark Return.
Yeah, just in case. You're just missing black mana this whole time.
Torch, huh?
Torch. That's interesting.
So I can bluff out. I've lost my chance to bluff actually because of the amount of time I waited. But if I was on the ball, I could have, for my last ditch effort there, I could have bluffed smashing in with both my 4-2 and my 8-4, making him think I have a mortar.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think that's happening anymore. I think I have to stay at home and let this memory dredger get in. No, I think I'm dead.
Yeah, I think you're dead to this memory dredger. No way to stop that. He's just going to rebuy. Even if he just rebuys 1/1s for the rest of the game, it feels a little bit too difficult to overcome.
Yeah.